30 minutes this morning. I was like, oh no, she moves too far. Like in the end, I think we get a huge combo. So she moves all the way to the right. And I was like, oh no, dude, her nipples are going to show. All right, everybody, welcome to Hot Couch Potato, the podcast where we talk about video games and cry about City of Heroes. My name is Brent, a.k.a. Boo Up. I'm here with my man's Rick, a.k.a. A New Perfect Day. What's going on, man?
Not much. Just chilling like a villain, like usual.
Cool.
So, how's your weekend going so far?
Not bad. I just got back from some Korean barbecue. So if this podcast ends abruptly at any point, we'll all know why. If I start sounding like I'm struggling or, trying to lift some weights while doing the podcast, you'll definitely know why.
Or if you hear some sort of echo in the background, we definitely know why.
That's the tile, man. The tile in the bathroom just carries the noise.
Dude, speaking of that, I had a coworker. Actually, it was my supervisor in my old job. And you know how we all have walkie-talkies and we have to radio each other in.
Oh, okay.
There's this time where we were like looking for our supervisor. We were like, hey, supervisor, what's your 20, And then she responds, oh, I am walking to you guys. But then you can hear like a clear echo in the bathroom. And then everybody was like, yep, she's in the bathroom taking a shit.
Wait, where would she be taking a shit at? She went back to the headquarters or something, or?
Well, originally, she's supposed to be just out and about, but
yeah.
When like people have to use the bathroom, they don't either answer the radio or they just wait until they get out of the bathroom to answer the radio. But she was that eager to answer the radio, so she was taking a dump in one of like the park bathrooms.
Oh no!
And then you can hear the echo. I'm like, what echo? Where do you hear an echo at? There's only one place.
That's a sign. I think that's one of the telltale signs that you're an actual adult is when you take a shit at work. You know what I mean? Because you're so used to just taking a shit at home. You'll wait till you go home and all that. But when you lose all the shame and you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to take a shit at work. That's when you know you've grown up into an adult, man.
Yeah. And it's funny, too, like when every time I enter the bathroom and I see the bathroom occupied, like you can see their feet, It's funny how it just goes so quiet. I remember I pretended to open the door and then like somebody just let it rip.
That's so mean, dude.
Pretending to exit, and I was like, oh, well, let's see if he's actually taking a shit. He just let it rip.
You know what you do? And then you spend the rest of your workday looking at your coworker's shoes and shit. You're like, all right, who was that? Oh, my fucking God.
Oh, shit.
Well, announcement. We've opened up a second YouTube channel called Hot Couch Potato Plays.
Woo, yeah!
We mentioned it a little bit last week, in celebration of our 10th episode. We would have a surprise for you guys, and what's that surprise, Rick?
That I am completely amazing.
At Honey Pop, I didn't know that Rick would be so good at this game, dude. And I haven't I haven't checked the logs yet, but he might have 100 hours in that game already.
I was actually thinking about downloading it onto my laptop so I could go ahead and continue and complete all of the trophies and stuff.
But yeah, man, we did a full playthrough of Honey Pop because of all the requests we got. It's 9 parts, man. It's actually pretty long. It's a hilarious journey from beginning to end. I had a lot more fun with it than I thought I was gonna have, honestly.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think I really had a blast doing that play together because we're enjoying playing the game, doing all this stuff and cracking jokes. So
and I did not know it was a puzzle game. I thought it was just a date simulator where you have to get the questions right or the girl won't like you and all this stuff, but it ended up being like Bejeweled or Candy Crush. So that was pretty cool. Puzzle games are always addicting and fun. So I
Yeah, and
definitely had a good time with that.
I was like thinking, I was like, we weren't even really invested in dating the girl. We're just so invested in just beating the levels.
Man, there's times when we're playing and it's quiet because we're so
Yep.
concentrated on what piece we're gonna move where, looking out for the purple hearts and shit like that. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, we cannot fail because if we fail, then the rejection hurts a lot.
Oh man, so yeah, it was good times. The first two episodes are up on Hot Couch Potato Plays. Gonna upload an episode or upload a part every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So definitely keep an eye out for that next couple weeks here. As I mentioned, there's 9 parts, so give it a little slow burn out there, man.
Woo-woo.
But yeah, good times, good times. Besides Honey Pop, man, what have you been playing this week, bro?
Actually delved a little bit more into Zelda Breath of the Wild,
Oh,
and
nice.
I just got done doing my first tower where you can manipulate. You use like some sort of like magnet, and you manipulate the metal objects around you to either pull or push. So like it's very useful when you need to get to a certain part where you can drag this metal box around or a metal door around to help you get to a certain area, or you find treasure chests that you don't have boots to go underwater, and you can just pull the chest right out of the lake, with using that magnetic feature. And it's just really crazy learning all of these things that you can do in the game. Like for example, I wanted to explore a bit more, and there's like an ice area that I just got to, and I was like, not even maybe 10 steps in, it was like warning me, is like, you're gonna take a lot of damage if you don't have anything warm to wear. And I was like, wow, that's pretty innovative. Like I have to wear the right gear, the right clothing, or have like a torch in order to keep me warm, so that I won't suffer from being like frostbite or anything like that. And then I was asking my cousin on other stuff I can do in the game, and he was just mentioning me that I can like start cooking things, and he told me that you just gather the material and you drop like the cooking stuff into random pots, and these pots are like located from in enemy areas where you can start using their pots to cook things and to get better items and all that stuff. So it's just cool learning that there are so many different things in this world and so many different things to do. And yeah, and I've been playing also a little bit of Bloodborne.
Nice,
and
dude.
I am fucking lost as shit.
What part are you on?
So last time I left off, I was at the cathedral ward area where's that church or
Okay.
And so I went out the front door. You know where you go out the front door, and to the right there's like a bunch of stairs, and there's a bunch of priests that shoot these glowing balls at you.
Okay, yeah.
There's like a locked gate up there, so I was like, okay, maybe I can't go that way. So I went back into the church, went out the other way, and then there was like 2 different paths. One like a huge ass giant with like a giant axe. Yeah. So killed him, went up the stairs, and it turns out there's another locked gate, and I was like, fuck. So I went back down the stairs, went the other way, and then I fought another giant with like a huge wrecking ball. So I got stuck, I beat him, and I was like, damn, I don't know where to go at this point. So I went back, went the other path that I was from the church, and ended up at another dead end. So I'm pretty much stuck at figuring out where to go at this point. If you can help me out, bro.
Yeah, dude. So I actually started playing the game again yesterday, and this is on your New Game Plus, right? Since you just beat the game recently.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I started playing again, kind of in preparation for this episode, but also I picked up the DLC last night too, since it was fucking payday, dude. Amazing.
Yeah.
So I picked up the DLC and wanted to get into it. So I was reacclimating myself to the game, beating up a bunch of bosses and things like that. And I got to the same exact point where you were at, dude, where I knew you didn't have to go to Old Yarnum, that place where that guy has a Gatling gun and you fight the bloodletting beast or whatever.
The Gatling gun on top of the tower?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because you can go there from the point you're at, but that place is completely optional. You definitely don't have to go there,
What?
Yeah, dude. You really don't, because you get to the end of that area, you fight a boss, and you get a chalice for some bonus items and stuff. It's not even really necessary for the game, Um, so I really didn't want to dive in there because that boss was a pain in the ass too. So I was like, I'll avoid that area. So I'm running around for maybe 15 minutes thinking, what the hell? Because there's the 2 locked gates in the area you need to go to, and that's the only place you need to go to at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what it is?
What's that?
There's a key in the store in the Hunter's Dream that you can buy that opens one of those gates, dude.
Oh my god!
I know,
really?
man. It's fucking
I
annoying.
Never have found
it's
that
fucking
out.
Annoying. It is. I think, especially after playing it last night, I think that is the worst feature in Bloodborne. Is just that beginning part where it's not even an enemy drops it or a boss drops it. You pick it up and then use the key. You know what I mean? You have to know or stumble upon it in the store to buy it and then use it.
Oh my god! I would have never have found that out. I would have explored every nook and cranny in the game. Oh my god! Okay,
I think. I think the only thing really is that you need maybe 1,000 or 10,000 blood echoes for it. So maybe that encourages you to fight and farm a little bit to buy it. But other than that, yeah, man, that's as simple as it gets. You just buy a key and you're on to the next area. So mad.
Damn. So that area, the Old Yarnum, you don't really have to go anywhere near that area.
No.
Is what you're telling me.
No, not at all.
Yes.
Yeah, you can completely skip that. Yeah, even to get the ending where you fight that alien monster thing that took you in the ending that you had.
Yeah.
You don't even need it for that. So you're good to go, man.
Is that where the spider is? Rom? Is he down there?
No.
In that area?
No, that's a different area. Yeah, you have to fight Rom actually.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, man.
it
was
changed
super
my whole
annoying.
world, man.
It was
I was
super
like
annoying.
really scared and annoyed. Yeah, I was like, damn it, I gotta go in this area. I'm too nervous to do this because that stupid guy with the Gatling gun at the top of the tower has perfect accuracy, and you made me roll off a bridge and die.
Oh,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay.
Same thing. I think I was gonna roll to a safe spot, to a safe little ledge, but some werewolves hit me in the back, and he shot me at the same time, so I fell off the ledge all the way down to the bottom, and I died. And I go, okay, this is Bloodborne.
Yep.
But we'll go into more of that later. What else have you been playing?
Not much. Just those 2 games. I was actually trying to get Honey Pop onto my laptop so I can master the game. I mean,
so you can get all the endings, man.
Yeah, I just want to see if I could get all of the endings with all of the girls. If that's even possible. So,
so with Zelda, Link always has a bunch of those little tools that he has in the game, right? Isn't that usually how they lock stuff in that game? Is, oh, you can't go into this area because you need those boots to go underwater, or you can't go into this area because you need a bracelet so you can pick up heavy rocks and shit, right? So I'm guessing it's more the same in the Zelda you're playing.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like that, or at least that's from what I've experienced with the snow area. It's like I can't progress without having either good clothes or something that always keep me warm. So I tried to actually just run it, but I only got like I said 10 steps into it, and then I was like taking pretty good amount of damage. So I was like, nope, fuck this, turn around, run back. But yeah, I just think I have to explore the mechanics more, see what else I can do in the world, because so far I have really been doing nothing to progress the story. I've just been
Stuck on the side quests and shit, man.
yeah, climbing fucking trees, trying to figure out how to roast an apple, things
Oh,
like
wow.
that. Yeah, see if I can
Things like
build
that.
stuff out of my sticks.
Oh, so let me ask you this. You mentioned you can cook in the game. Can stuff go bad? Like, let's say that you have a piece of meat, you know what I mean? And of course, if you cook it, it gives you more health or whatever. I'm assuming. If you
I
just keep the raw meat, will it go
really
bad?
I have no idea actually. It's because I haven't had it long enough where I
Oh,
kept
it
it.
could go bad? Yeah.
Because I kept taking damage. I do, there's a parry system in the game, and I was trying to be like Bloodborne and parry everything, but I couldn't parry for shit, dude.
No,
So
I feel
it's
you.
it's kind of tough parrying. Maybe just for me, because if you don't parry, you're left vulnerable, and then yeah, I've been eating all of my food.
I'm trying to think what game was that had that mechanic. I want to say it was Dead Rising. In Dead Rising, you can cook food too. You can make milkshakes, and you could get a frozen pizza from the supermarket and bake it, and it'd give you more health or something like that.
What? That
Yeah,
sounds amazing.
yeah, yeah. Because you were locked in the mall, so you had all these kind of resources. There was like a Jamba Juice in the mall, so you could throw fruit and whatever ingredients and make a shake, and when you drank it, it would make you, or it would let you run around a little bit faster for a certain amount of time or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So that's interesting. I'm interested to see if that's the same mechanic in Breath of the Wild, right?
yeah.
I was
Breath
about to
of
call
the
it.
Wild.
I was about to call it Link to the Past, dude.
and I also learned that I don't know the way that the controllers are set up. They're on the side of the tablet.
Mm.
It's hard to lay down and play on the tablet mode because my arms fell asleep, so I couldn't even move. I couldn't even move my arms. I was like, dude, this is crazy. And then there's some stuff where like you're aiming like the bow and arrow and you have to move the tablet around, but I'm like, I can't move. So it's a little tricky, and it's kind of it'll take some time getting used to the controllers that
Hmm.
are designed for the Switch, because the other one is like $70 for that one that looks like an Xbox controller.
Oh yeah. Well,
And
isn't there like you can slide those? Isn't there? Is that the one you're talking about? That $70 where you could slide the two Joy-Con onto something so you can hold it like an Xbox controller?
uh, I think that one actually comes with the Switch, but I haven't picked that up from my cousin yet.
Oh, okay.
But I only have it where it's connected on the side of the tablet, so
Mm-mm.
it's kind of hard holding the tablet, and you have to sit up in like a good position, otherwise you're like holding the weight of the tablet while playing the game, so it's
Getting
like
an
you're working
workout,
out.
yeah, while you're playing.
Yeah, so
Well, what
I'm
about?
so tired.
Can't you just play it where you set the tablet
The
up
thing
on the
down.
table and then you just hold the Joy-Con in your hand?
I tried doing that, but it becomes a little tricky because the tablet, I thought it would lean back more, but it nearly stands up vertically. So
Oh,
you
the
have to like
glare is
either
weird.
well, it's just the way it's positioned. It's like almost 90 degrees how it stands up. I'm like,
Mm.
you could have at least let it lean back a little in order for it to play, but it just feels weird. Also, you have two different controllers in each hand, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, you can do some yoga poses while playing the game. It just feels weird. You have to have it like all connected, universal, and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. But I definitely recommend playing the Zelda game because man, it is amazing.
Yeah, dude, and soon fucking Mario Odyssey comes out, man. So
Yeah.
that might have to be your first purchase once you get that steady paycheck coming in is a Switch, bro.
Fuck
And
yeah,
then
I'm
and
gonna
then
get
I
Mario
can
Odyssey.
and then I can borrow it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Dude, have you seen sorry, this is gonna be a little bit off topic, but
Hmm.
have you seen a video of the Mario VR where they're playing Mario Kart?
No. The only one I've seen is the Mario VR where the guy's walking in the street and he's jumping up, hitting the blocks. You seen
Oh,
that one?
I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, this one was designed, I think, by Nintendo. So I have to forward you that link so you can check it out. But essentially, they're playing they're racing in Mario Kart, and to pick up the items, you have to like raise your hand to catch it because it's like it's strung to a balloon. So it's just the way that the game is playing. It is completely cool to look at.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to check that out. You don't play this while you're driving, right? You're just kind of sitting down.
You're sitting down actually and driving a steering wheel with the VR, and
Oh,
and
okay.
then you have
No,
like
but you don't have to be in the
controller
car.
straps. Oh, I don't think you have to be in the car,
Okay.
but there's
gonna
like a
say.
car. The car is amazing though. It's like a little golf cart or a go kart, and it like moves left and right.
Oh,
When you're
okay.
drifting and stuff, so it gives you
Okay.
that real immersive feel to it. So it's pretty cool. I'll send you the link.
So
you
this
can
is
go check
something
it out.
you would play like in an arcade or something, huh?
Definitely, but I would actually invest a lot of money into getting that.
Building it? Oh, shit.
Yeah, because it looks like it is for the Oculus Rift or the HTC Vibe is what they're using. So it looks like it's on the computer.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, send that my way, dude. I'm definitely interested to check that out. VR is fun, man. Ever since PSX, I've wanted to invest in VR, man. When we played that one game, what was it called? It's like Valkyrie or something, where we were in space.
Oh,
And just-
Valkyrie?
Yeah, we were in space just dogfighting other spaceships and stuff. Dude,
Yeah,
that was amazing, bro.
Yeah, that was incredible too. Just you feel so immersed, launching out of the cockpit or
Mhm.
whatever that thing is, and yeah.
I think my favorite part was shooting someone and chasing them, and then all of a sudden I get hit, and I turn my head and I can see where they're coming from, to try and attack me. That's when it got crazy to me. I was like, "Whoa, dude, VR is the future, bro."
It is, dude.
But yeah, man, that's super funny. So I've been playing a few games this week. I think it's because there's all these summer events going on in the games that we play. Final Fantasy 14, they got the Moonfire Fair, where
Have you actually been to the Moonfire Fair?
Moonfire Fair, yeah, with the fireworks and stuff.
Yeah, at night.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. It looks super cool. I know people are taking a bunch of screenshots too and photoshopping them so they look real as well. But yeah, it's wild, man. I mean, it's one of those events where you get glamour items, and this year's glamour item is kind of stupid. It's a swimsuit
It
that
always is.
doesn't look cool at all. You know what I mean? But I know the moment the event is over and I'm working on some glamour, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, dude, that piece from the Moonfire Fair would be perfect," and I won't have it because I totally ignored it. So I'm doing it just to get the glamour, and then I'm all set. You have to farm like fish or something and turn it in to get all the Moonfire Fair stuff. So just been doing a little bit of that, and of course, playing the slots. I haven't been playing Final Fantasy 14 too heavily, just to do the event stuff and make money at Golden Saucer. Part of that is because I've been playing Overwatch again, dude.
I knew it.
It's the summer games, bro, and they brought back Lucio Ball, which we were good at, dude. Remember when we played that shit on a team? I think it was you, me, and Russ. And
yeah, we're fucking hella good.
Yeah, man, and we were just winning games all over the place. Well, this year they have competitive Lucio Ball, where you can rank up. You play 10 placement games of Lucio Ball, and then you get a rank from bronze to grandmaster and shit, man. It's crazy, dude. I know. So I played a few of my placements. I think I need to play 4 more. So I played 6 placements, and I won 5 games. And nobody knows how to hit the ball in the air. They're all hitting it straight on the ground to everybody. And I go, what the fuck? Did nobody play this game a year ago? Does nobody know what to do? You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden I play this one game and this guy's flying across the court using the jump pads to jump one way to another, all the while hitting the ball too. I was typed in chat. I was like, man, you play Rocket League? Are you a pro or something? And he goes, yeah, this is my alt account. I'm GM in competitive Lucio Ball. And I go, you're GM in competitive Lucio Ball? How does that that happen, dude? How does that happen? But no, it's super fun, man. Another positive or another cool thing about the Summer Games event is they brought the skins back from last year from the Olympics, and they added some new ones too. So I think Sombra has a scuba diving skin. McCree has this lifeguard skin that everybody's tripping about, and the one I really wanted, that Genji skin, came back, and I just bought it for 250 coins since I had a bunch of coins.
I just
dude.
bought it like right
Oh, word?
now.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
I had to pick that up. And then another one I really want is Junkrat. I've been playing a lot of Junkrat recently, because he's gonna get buffed up super hard, I think, soon. And he's wearing this cricket jersey. It looks incredible, man. So definitely gonna try and get that. If anything, if I don't get it by the time the event starts to end, I'm gonna drop that $40, bro. Get those 50 boxes, man, just to try and get that damn thing. And you know what? I'm just gonna play Lucio Ball this entire season, dude. I'm not gonna jump in the regular game or anything, dude. Funny story, a little bit of a side story here. I was playing a game, and you have your designated goalie. Just whoever starts in goalie will play it, right? Unless someone says otherwise. So I was playing this game, and the only game I lost out of my 6 placement matches, I was in goal, and we were already winning 3-1 or something like that, right? So I'm playing goal, and I play goal pretty passive. I wait for the ball to come to me, I judge its bounces, and then I move forward and hit it out. You know what I mean? So I actually play inside the goal and then come out. I get scored on, and not even 2 seconds after I get scored on, this guy types in chat. He says, "Hey man, when you're goalie, don't wait too far on the back of the goal. Attack that thing, man. Stay out." He typed out 2 paragraphs teaching me how to play goalie. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And I go, "That's fine, whatever." You know what I mean? I was just like, "Cool, thanks for the tips." You know what I mean? This guy was a complete jackass. And we played the rest of the game. I played goalie a couple more times. Didn't get scored on. Next game, and we lose because I think he played goalie. So, of course, he wasn't listening to his own advice. So the next game I play, I just insta-queue back in, and he's trying to get his ranking, so he does the same thing. He's on the other team. And for whatever reason, he wanted to play goalie, right? Because whenever he was in the front, he would switch places with whoever was in goal.
Yeah.
And there were a couple times when he would be closest to the ball in the beginning of the round, and instead of running towards the ball, he would run back towards the goal, and the person in goal would switch out with him, which gave us the opportunity to run in and shoot the ball and make it straight in. Because nobody's blocking the goal, dude. Everybody's in between halfway. And it took everything in me to not type, "Hey, man, when you play goalie, you shouldn't be all the way in the..." It took so much self-control. I was like, "No, dude. Don't be toxic. Don't be toxic. Just play the game." We ended up winning that game like 12-0, dude. It was amazing.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. And I was just like, man, I could have been so toxic, but I don't want to perpetrate that that behavior in Overwatch. I don't want it to leak onto fucking Lucio Ball. Just keep that in the competitive games for real, man.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that the elitist came over from Final Fantasy to play some Lucio Ball with you.
The one guy, and it wasn't even great advice. Either that or he wasn't listening to it when he was playing himself, man. Fucking jackass, dude.
Can you still push people in Lucio Ball?
Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to mention. You can't push people anymore. Yeah, and then the alt changed as well. You remember when you used to use your alt, it would pull the ball towards you.
Yeah.
Now when you use it, it just makes you run faster, and your cooldowns are a little bit quicker. And
that's lame.
It takes a little bit of the fun out of the game. You can't really manipulate the ball in any other way other than pushing it and stuff like that. I feel like the alt last season and the ability to push people out the way definitely added, more grit. It was tougher to play the game back then. You know what I mean? Now it's just too easy. Especially since nobody knows how to hit the ball anymore. Except for the one guy that's GM in fucking Lucio Ball. Oh, but yeah, man. Been playing a good amount of that. Oh, man. I have a sad story, actually. Super sad story. Let me sit up here for this one. So, I mentioned, right, that I was playing Chrono Trigger, for a project that I'm gonna do here. It's for a little video essay that I'm doing for a job application. So I'm almost done with the game, right? I maybe have two more bosses to go and finish with all the side quests and everything like that. Um, which is crazy. This game is on SNES and has side quests. How amazing is that?
Yeah.
And I go in on Thursday. I got it in my mind. Okay, I'm gonna finish this game today. I get in. Long story short, my save is erased.
Oh no! What
I know,
happened,
dude? I have no idea, dude. I have
Did you
no
catch
idea.
missing? No.
I have
Oh
no
my
idea. I think
God.
it's just like, back in the day when you had your little cartridge, it would just randomly erase itself for whatever
Oh
reason, or the
no!
little battery in it just went out for a second and didn't keep your save file. I was gonna cry, dude. I was really gonna cry. I was sitting
How
there.
far were you into that?
No, I was really almost done, dude. I only
Oh
had,
man!
like I said, I only had two bosses to beat. I was level maybe 45 already. And a little spoiler alert, if anybody's gonna play Chrono Trigger, the main character dies, and
Uh-oh.
you do this whole side quest to save him. That's how crazy this game is, right? The main character dies, who you've played the entire game with. He dies
Yeah.
in this one part, and you don't have to save him. You could finish the game without him. You could just go on and finish the game without him and fight the final boss. But there's this side quest that you can do to save him. That's how crazy it is. It's a side quest to save the main character. It's not even part of the main story. How crazy is Chrono Trigger? Anyways, yeah, I was there, dude. I just needed to beat the boss. I had saved the main character. I had a couple more side missions I needed to do, like help out some villagers and stuff, and I was good. And my save file's erased, dude.
Oh no!
I know, it hurt my heart so bad. I was supposed to do it. I was supposed to finish it Thursday night. Instead, I just spent Thursday night crying, just
Oh, I would've
trying
been
to
crying,
trying to
dude.
find a way, man. I was googling how do I bring back my save file, and of course, everybody's just LOLing at you. You know what I mean?
Damn, so I think you're probably gonna have to try playing it on, emulating it on your PC.
Dude,
So-
I know. And the thing is, I don't know if I could bring myself to go through all of that again, dude. Because it's an RPG. There's some randomness to it.
Yeah.
There were some boss fights that I had a great experience in where I got lucky with certain attacks. Where they missed their ultimate attack on me, and I have to go through, and it's not gonna feel as genuine playing it again. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be saying like, "Oh wow, cool." The mystery's
Yeah.
gone because I haven't played this game in years. So it was fun re-experiencing everything. Now it's just going through the motions. Doing
So
all
what's
that.
gonna happen to your project? Are you gonna cancel?
Nah, I still want to finish it. I think I'm just gonna go through and find a recording of the ending somewhere and just use that. That's what's crazy about Chrono Trigger too, is there's New Game Plus in it. Like,
what?
yeah, no other game has New Game Plus, and you could finish the game. I think there might be 15 different endings for it.
Wow.
Yeah, because the way it is, it's all about time traveling. Once you figure out how the world is going to end in the future, you're brought to this place where you can go to different points in time, and you go to those different points in time to fix small things here and there to level up so you can face the final boss. I think they recommend you don't face the final boss until you're level 40 or something like that.
Yeah.
But the boss, the time machine to go straight to the last boss, is there, like, not even 2 hours into the game, man. So you can finish that game whenever you want. It's just a matter of leveling up to do it. So
How long did it originally take you to get to level 40?
like back in the day when I was a kid,
No, I meant like now. So like when you started
Oh.
the project.
maybe 10 hours. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Just a week of playing it, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
just the experience won't be the same. Oh man, but yeah, dude, I was literally crying, and I was like, "Oh no, dude, I have so many other games in my backlog I want to play."
I know you haven't finished this one.
I know, man. And the reason I want to just eliminate the backlog is because Destiny 2 is coming, man.
Oh yeah, it's coming
Coming
soon.
super hot, man. In fact, today we're gonna start the countdown to Destiny 2, dude. Today is August 12th, is it?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
today's August 12th. Destiny 2 comes out September 6th. That's less than a month, man. 24 days until Destiny 2 comes out. So in 24 days, this is going to become a Destiny 2 podcast. So you better get the variety in now before it changes, man. That's all we're going to talk about is Destiny 2 in a month, bro.
Yeah, I'll start playing my cat made cafe thing. So
Wait, you have a cat made cafe game?
yeah, it's called Necopara, and I hear it got good reviews, so I just want to see what it's all about. It's another dating sims kind of game, but I
Oh,
think this one you actually have to make decisions and choices and all that. But
okay. It's not really puzzles or anything.
no puzzles. I think it's actually
Ooh,
from what you say, yeah.
okay. I don't
Or we
know.
can play Akiba's Trip, where I think remember that was that game where you have to like punch people's clothes off.
I do remember that one.
Oh,
That one's on
shit.
PlayStation 4 too, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So.
Crazy, crazy. I've also started Bloodborne again last night, as I mentioned. Wanted to get into the DLC because I've never played it before. What got me into it was I was in a forum and I read this thread. What are the hardest bosses in Bloodborne? And the top three they named were the Orphan, Ludwig, and Maria. And I'm sitting here thinking, I didn't fight those guys. Those are the hardest ones in the game. I don't remember that at all. And I platinumed the game.
You have
Turns
to fight Maria. Isn't Maria the one that gives you the levels you up?
no, but that's
Or I'm
also
thinking it's
no, but that's
somebody
also
else.
something crazy. A theory that we'll talk about in a bit. Um,
Okay.
but all these bosses are in the DLC. So of course, had to pick up the DLC, relearning the game, reacclimating myself to everything, the controls and all that, so I can fight these tough bosses. We'll see. In fact, I'm not even gonna mock them right now. Watch, I end up getting stuck on that shit for like 4 hours. But you just finished the game. In fact, the only reason I have the game is because you gave it to me, dude. I was
Yeah.
surprised to hear that you didn't really feel the story or anything like that. I mentioned the Pale Blood Hunt here before, and you've read a little bit of it. I don't know. What are your thoughts on it now that you're replaying it, getting back into the game with the new game plus and all that? Do you still feel the same way about the story and all that?
I don't know. I think it's because the first time I went through the game, I wasn't really focused on the story. I was more
Hmm.
focused on staying alive. But then now that I have like all of my gear and my site that I was originally specting my character to use, I'm actually trying to see little hidden passages, little hidden meanings, and talk to all the characters to see like what the actual story is about. Because all I remember is that you're a hunter, you're going through the world, you have to hunt monsters, and I guess you have to escape the dream or something like that. But I didn't really have the exact, idea of what's my purpose of the game. Like you're just thrown in, you're like on a surgery table, and you wake up and you're just trying to survive. That's the mentality I had throughout the game. But replaying the game a little bit
Hmm.
more, now I'm starting to listen to what all the enemy bosses are saying before they attack me, all the whispers, the text, the stuff the items have, and it starts to point out like all the hidden things that I've missed when I was originally playing the game.
Hmm. Hmm. And that's, I think, is one of the hard things about following the story in that game is you are so concentrated just on surviving that you don't have time or you don't have the attention to pay any mind to the story, right? Um,
Exactly.
I think one of my favorite things in that game and in all Souls games is how they do side quests. It's based on timing and different events in the game that happen, where some side characters will pop up, and they're missable. They're super missable. Um, I think one yesterday that I really wanted to um, try and do and try to complete was the Eileen, the Hunter of Hunters quest. I don't know if you've played that one. Did you ever run into her?
Eileen is. I don't. I think I have ran into her. I've hit a lot of checkpoints. The ones that I really missed is as soon as I killed that Rom, the spider. I didn't really explore anything else at that point. I just went straight to the nightmare area and finished the game that way.
Gotcha. So essentially, what she's a hunter of hunters. If people get too drunk on blood, if any hunters get too drunk on blood, it's her job to go out there and kill them. Essentially, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, she has 2 hunters that she's trying to kill during the course of the game. The first one is I'm calling him Father Joe now just because of you, Rick. Father Gascoigne. He has his friend named Heinrich, or the guy that his mentor or something, Heinrich.
It's 2 NPCs, right? And they're like near some sort of housing area?
No, they're actually where you killed Father Joe at.
Oh.
So the first time you run into Eileen, she tells you about Heinrich and that she's gonna kill him, and she says, "Don't go to the Odin graveyard or the Odin tomb, whatever it is." So of course you're not gonna listen to her. You're gonna go to the Odin tomb, and you see Heinrich, who's out there trying to get revenge for whoever killed his mentee or his student. And then Eileen the Crow runs in too and helps you fight. When I did this yesterday, I died the first time. When I did it the first time ever, I kicked the guy's ass super easy. When I played it last night, he parried me and killed me, and I was like so embarrassed, dude, that I got parried by an NPC. It was horrible, man. It was horrible. So
Do you find him inside a church?
It's outside. It's in that same graveyard where you fight Father Joe.
Okay. I'm gonna Google this real quick.
Yeah. So the second time I go down there, and when I get down there, him and Eileen are already fighting, right? And I'm just in the background, hitting him in the back, and all of a sudden I get parried again. And you know this distinct sound, the little
ting! The ding. Yeah.
So I heard that, and I saw my guy get to one knee, and I go, "Oh no, I'm gonna die again!" And right before Heinrich stabs me, Eileen comes through and gives him a cross slash, and he gets interrupted, and I go, "Oh my god, I'm still alive!" And I pull through and kill him, dude. I didn't even know that could happen in the fucking game. So that was a cool thing. Her second mark is where you got your samurai sword from, your katana. That guy in the church. The ending to her story, that guy actually fucks her up and kills her. So you have to finish the job for her.
I did assist her. I remember assisting her all the way to the end, so that way I can get the katana.
Yeah, man. So that's interesting that you said you thought the story was all just about hunting monsters and stuff, right? Which, on the surface, it is, and how the game is for most of the first half. That's all it is, right? Like you said, you wake up in the hospital and they tell you to hunt, right? And all of a sudden you're in the middle of this town and there's a bunch of werewolves and stuff everywhere. So you're like, okay, cool. I gotta kill all these werewolves. Easy peasy, straightforward game. And then you jump into a lake and you fight a spider. What? How does that make sense in the game? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you kill this spider. The moon turns red. You see a ghost of a pregnant woman. Once you get out the lake and walk around the world again, everything kind of gets a little twisted.
And hard.
That it definitely does. That they start introducing status effects like poison and frenzy and all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
You get into the nightmare and there's just a lake of poison liquid and all that shit.
Yeah.
I read this almost 100-page kind of synopsis of the game. It's more, I guess it's the guy's interpretation of the game, right? Called the Pale Blood Hunt. It's written by a guy named Redgrave, I think. And he does a pretty good job of telling you what's actually in the game and what are his opinions of how those are interpreted. But I think it was interesting to me when I found out from reading that what the main point of the story in that game, or how the world became the way it needed to be. Essentially, there was this group of scholars that were obsessed in human evolution, right? They wanted humans to evolve to whatever their next level would be, to ascend to whatever. In the process of doing that, they find this great one or deity or something like that. And some people decide to use its blood and its healing properties as a way to evolve. And the other half of the scholars decide that they should just commune with the great ones, gain as much intelligence from them as they can, and in that way, that's how they're gonna evolve to the next level of human evolution, right?
Yep.
And I think once I read that, the game made so much more sense to me, dude. Does that make a little bit more sense to you, dude, or does it make it that much more confusing?
Yeah, like I read up to that part of identifying who were the first original group that discovered the blood and all, and formed their little faction and all that, and it just started making sense of like how things came to be, and basically what my main goal is, and why I'm there. And it played off of the aspect of, like the guy mentioned, that it's like of the unknown, and he compared it to Demon Souls, where the story wasn't really told much properly. You just had to like kind of figure it out, but it didn't really give a definite answer of why things are really made as they are and why you're there. And he says that it's very similar to Bloodborne, and that's what really generally caught his interest. And I was like, man, that, I guess that does play on the aspect of adventuring into the unknown, and you don't know why you're there, what you're doing, and what your goal is, but you soon start to learn and appreciate all the things you find along the way, whether it's items that hint at the weapons you're using, or the history behind a certain character and why he's standing there, and or somebody's on the hunt. So just reading a couple of those, the first part of the thing you sent of the Bloodborne thing, it just made me realize that I can be appreciative of all of the stuff that I'm missing while playing the game at the same time.
Yeah, and it definitely helps out too that, you know, once you finish it, like you said, you can take the time to go through it. I think one of the interesting passages in that essay is how the creator of the game, he got into storytelling when he would read all these stories in English, but his English wasn't that great, right? Because he's Japanese.
Yeah.
So he only understood maybe every 3 or 4 words, and he would just fill in the gaps himself. You know, he would make the story up, see kind of the main points, and kind of piece it together. And I feel like, yeah, that's exactly how the story of Bloodborne's told, you know, where it's just a mystery and it ends up being something bigger than just the hunt, right? It's not just about killing werewolves after a certain point. It's about saving the world, essentially, right?
Yeah, and your own interpretation of the world itself too.
Because then you get pulled into nightmares and shit, and you're immortal in a sense, man, and people know you're immortal, I guess. Because if you get killed by Jura, the hunter, he says, I guess you can still dream, so I'll see you again. You know what I mean? Eileen the Crow as well. You know, if you don't do her quest line, but run into her later in the game, you'll end up becoming, you know, this hunter who's just drunk off of blood with power, and she'll actually hunt you, you know, and if she kills you, she'll say, I guess you still dream, say hi to the little doll for me. So there's other characters out there that know about the whole process of dreaming, which means they know who Gurman is, which means they've been killed by Gurman before in the dream, so they could wake up and go back to their normal lives after the hunt.
All these conspiracies.
Yeah, man. So it's wild. It's wild. Ultimately, the pale blood hunt ends, and it says that. See, I was rocking with the pale blood hunt the whole time. Every paragraph I read, I was like, "Oh my god, that's crazy. That makes sense. All this stuff, right?" And then you get to the end, and he introduces that everything is because of the doll. The doll is this great one, or this deity that created the dream that Gurman's following orders from, and all that, dude. Like everything that happens in Bloodborne is because of the doll.
What?
It's crazy, dude. You gotta finish reading it to get why, because he brings in little pieces and parts throughout the whole thing about why it's all because of the doll, man. And like I said, the whole time I was reading it, I was like, yeah, this is cool, this makes sense. And then he introduces at the very end, oh yeah, by the way, it's because of the doll that all this is going on. And you go, what?
That's the only person I trusted.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing too that he says is throughout the game, she's the one encouraging you and empowering you. You literally go to her to level up. You know what I mean? So she wants you to complete this adventure of more than just hunting and ending the nightmare for people, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of wild, man.
I guess that is similar to how Demon Souls ended. I don't remember exactly how Demon Souls ended, but it had something to do with the person that was leveling you up, and she was called the Maiden in Black, and she, you exchange souls or whatnot so that you can level, but her real purpose was having you to do something with the old one, the Great One, which is like one of the main reason for Demon Souls and all that, and why everything is going downhill. And I think it had something to do with you either sacrificing yourself or her sacrificing herself. So I forget.
There's a Great One in Demon Souls too?
Yeah, it's like, I forgot. It was some sort of god deity, but maybe they're connected. I think they were connected. I don't remember.
I wouldn't go that far, dude.
I remember reading it said something was connected to Bloodborne, whether it was Dark Souls or Demon Souls, by like over thousands of years.
What?
So I don't know. I have to check it out. Maybe I'm just pulling fluff out of my ass, but it's the same kind of concept. For the old one's blood, and maybe it all connects in the end.
Maybe, dude. Maybe the next 100-page essay I read about Bloodborne is by you, dude. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, man, that really made me appreciate the story so much more. And for someone to go through and write that, you know what I mean, says that the fan base for this game is wild, man. They're just that dedicated to it, I think it's similar in Destiny too, right? I mean, in Destiny, it's not that they told their story in a mysterious way. They just did a crap job at telling the story, Even the writers at Comic-Con admitted to that much, that they did a horrible job explaining the story in Destiny. But you had people out there that were making YouTube videos and writing lore posts about everything that happens in Destiny, so
yeah,
that's got to say something too, to inspire people to create the world for themselves to enjoy it, So it gets kind of crazy. I think the one thing I missed too, especially now I'm replaying the game, is all the cutscenes. You're right. I missed all the dialogue in the cutscenes, I guess, on my first play, because they usually come after you beat a boss. And after you beat a boss, you're just sitting there sweating and breathing sighs of relief the whole time. You go, oh God, I can't believe, thank you that's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That cutscene afterwards, you're not even paying attention anymore. You're just like, okay, cool. Whatever's happening, great.
Yeah, I think it was Mikolash or the guy that was on top of the tower. He was like saying something about waking up, but I was like too overjoyed beating him. I was like, I don't care what you say, I beat you, But so, I guess it played a part.
Yeah, so that's interesting. You bring up Mikolash too, because you run into him, right? That's how you get into the nightmare. Is you see his dead body, and
Yeah.
when you touch his dead body, it takes you to his nightmare or whatever. And throughout that whole boss fight, he's just talking mad shit about giving us eyes and the vacuous ROM and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I just amounted that to this guy's crazy. You know what I mean? He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. In Pale Blood Hunt, he goes on to explain that Mikolash is the only person that knows what's going on, and it drove him crazy. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like daring you to figure out what's happening in the game. You know, if you were to get revealed to the truth, you're just gonna end up as crazy as Mikolash is. You know,
Yeah.
which is wild too. That are you sure you want to know about this story? Because if you do, you're gonna end up like this guy with a cage in his fucking head, shooting hentai tentacles out of his wrist.
Awesome power.
That's what I think every time I fight someone that has that power. I'm just thinking, oh, hentai. Dodging.
You're not getting me.
But yeah, the game is great. It's great how it goes from more than just being about hunting and more into why things the way they are and who's responsible for it. You know, they were trying to evolve the human race and it ended up bringing its demise, and you're just caught in the middle of it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I was just googling up that thing I was talking about earlier, and it looks like there's a lot of people trying to connect the dots between Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and Demon Souls, and they're trying to prove a theory that it actually shares a timeline. So maybe I'll look into more into that.
Somewhere out there, dude.
Yeah, but mainly people are saying it's mostly Demon Souls and Bloodborne that's tied. But that's a lot of reading.
Who knows? Maybe I'll check it out. But one place I do know that we got to get you to, which we might play co-op, might put on Hot Couch Potato Plays. We need to get you to Canehurst, man.
Canehurst.
Yeah, Canehurst and Bloodborne. It's an area of the game that's away from the main part of it, and it's almost exactly. I'm not even a front. It's a Dark Souls area. You're in a castle. There's ghosts. There's fucking stone gargoyles flying around.
I think I've went there. There's yeah. I've been here actually, looking at the pictures. Yeah.
Did you fight the boss there? The guy with the crown and shit?
Yeah. Didn't I get? You have to go through some sort of portal to get to this place. I forget how.
Yeah, you have to get. So that's a thing too about you have to get an invitation to go there, right? And it's like this letter that you pick up, and once you pick up the letter, you go to this spot, and a carriage picks you up and takes you there.
Oh yeah.
The thing about the letter is, it's at the beginning of the game, and it's with a bunch of stuff, and I think you're supposed to assume that it's your invitation. You know what I mean? Like when you got brought to the hospital, you know, they take all your items away from you and stuff.
Yeah.
That letter is supposed to be like legitimately your invitation to go there. And it's crazy because you don't really know the backstory behind your guy, you know? The only thing you really know is you have a disease and you go to the town to get a blood transfusion. You know, since they use that blood of the great ones or the old ones, whatever.
Yeah.
That blood can cure any sickness essentially. So you go there to get that blood transfusion. That's the only backstory you have on your character at all. So it's interesting. Maybe you are a citizen of Canehurst or something, or you're supposed to be king or something like that. Who knows, man? The mysteries are always there.
But I remember you have to like help out the queen or something to kill her husband or a betrayer. I don't remember. I'm looking at the pictures and I vaguely remember going on the roof and all that. But
yeah, you have to bring her blood something. I don't know. You have to bring her blood, and it's from killing other hunters, I think. And when you kill them, you get this item that you could bring to her, and I don't know, it pleases her or something. But there's a whole side quest. There's this guy you meet on pretty early in the game called Alfred. And his goal in life is to avenge his master, which is that guy you kill with the crown on that rooftop.
Yeah.
So if you go through, I think in the room where the queen is, there's another invitation. If you pick that up and you give it to Alfred, the next time you go see the queen, she's a fucking pile of just blood and guts and shit.
What?
And Alfred,
I did not see that.
You haven't seen this part? And Alfred's
No.
standing there, and he's like, "Yes, I fucking did it, dude." You know what I mean?
Wow! Holy shit!
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I better kill this guy.
But that's a whole thing on its own, dude. Because she's immortal. You know what I mean? That's why he went through such lengths when he did kill her. You know, she ends up just being, like I said, blood and guts. He just smashed her all on the floor and shit, so she couldn't reanimate her. She couldn't become alive again. You know.
Damn.
It's wild. Okay, so maybe not Caners. Maybe we need to bring you to, what I was telling you about last time, Ebrietas, that giant fucking butterfly
Thing that's on the wall.
Butterfly alien thing, dude. We need to fight that.
Yeah, I
that'd
still
be crazy.
haven't fought that.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out. But yeah, man, Bloodborne, great game. Again, one of my favorites, dude. Right after Brave Fencer Musashi, I think. Because that will always be number one, man. Nothing can ever take that one away from me. And it's all thanks to you, man. Without you, I wouldn't have the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that's it for us this week. We'll stay counting down that Destiny 2. In less than 2 weeks, Uncharted Lost Legacy comes out. Super excited for that one.
Dude, so many games are coming out. Are we just
dude.
gonna have the time to play if we're gonna be on Destiny?
That's the thing. Yeah, we gotta manage that shit. I'm actually gonna make a calendar for what I'm playing when. And catch the streams, man. We've been streaming. Rick streamed when he finished Bloodborne. I'm gonna stream when I play through the DLC.
Don't watch my streams on Twitch because it just shows
dude.
me dying
They're
over
the
and
best.
over.
Twitch
and
TV
over.
/ A New Perfect Day.
Oh no!
The
Are you
best
sure
one
it could be
ever,
a
dude.
cold, cloudy day or a shitty, poopy day?
That's true. This guy has so many names. You'll never know. But
A
it's
windy, stormy day.
have you really made that one?
Not yet.
I was gonna say that sounds like one that you would make, dude. But yeah, man. What do you call this? It's funny. Earlier you mentioned, that Mario Kart VR. I can totally imagine that, in an arcade like a Dave and Buster's or something, where they had those cars that moved when you turned the wheel and all that stuff. That's gonna be what we talk about next week, is physical arcades, and if they're around anymore, what it takes to be successful, and how they were so great back in the day. When we were kids, it was always a good time when you said, "Oh yeah, let's go to Wonderland," or "Let's go to Tilt at Plaza Bonita." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll talk about those next time. But before then, some words of wisdom from Rick.
Don't give up on your dreams. Just keep on sleeping.
All right, guys. We'll catch you next week. Peace.